Another weekly rundown coming at you from VegasOdds.com. I'm Matt Brown. Hope you had a great 4th of July weekend because we've got a great sports week ahead of us. Let's start in the NHL and the Stanley Cup Finals, which has been dominated by the defending champs, the Tampa Bay Lightning, which took a 3-0 lead in the series. And then into Game 4, the Montreal Canadiens showed some life. They took it into overtime, and then Josh Anderson was the hero, got his second goal of the game, and made the series 3-1 in favor of the Lightning. Montreal is trying to do something now that hasn't been done since 1942. That was the Toronto Maple Leafs. By the way, the only team to ever come back from a 3-0 deficit to win the Stanley Cup. Now, Tampa Bay is still trying to do something that hasn't been done since, 2017, when the Penguins did it, win back-to-back Stanley Cups. We go to the NBA and the NBA Finals, which are here now, and tell me if you could have predicted this matchup from the start of the season. The Phoenix Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks are the NBA Finals matchup. Now, Chris Paul, who was sidelined for the first 2 games of the Western Conference Finals due to health and safety protocols, and then Devin Booker, who had to wear a face mask for protection of his broken nose that he suffered during the middle of that series against the LA Clippers. They were still able to lead the Suns to the NBA Finals. Now, of course, the Clippers were without Kawhi Leonard throughout that series, but Chris Paul had a career game to close it out. 41 points and 8 assists is saying something for a guy that has pretty much done it all except make it to the finals, which he will do for the first time in 2021. Now, on the other side, the Milwaukee Bucks and Atlanta Hawks had to deal with their top stars getting hurt in consecutive games. Trae Young had to sit out there due to a bone bruise in his foot, and then Giannis Antetokounmpo endured one of the more gruesome injuries of this NBA season. Now, luckily for him and the Bucks, Antetokounmpo just was diagnosed with a hyperextended knee. No structural damage, but he did sit out the rest of that series. Luckily, they were able to step up where the Bucks, Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, combined for 59 points and 16 assists in that deciding Game 6. Again, the Bucks haven't won since 1971, and the Suns are still looking for their first championship in franchise history. Now let's move on to another championship that's coming up. It's the Euro 2020, and we've come to the semi-final round. Denmark has made it. They were able to beat the Czech Republic and continue their magical run, but now they faced their toughest test yet. Lost in the semi-final round back in 1996, which is the last time that Wembley Stadium hosted the Euros. The final will be on Sunday, so you can go to VegasOdds.com to see which teams have the advantage going in to the final. Now let's move on to another championship that already happened late last week. It was the College World Series, and Mississippi State won their first College World Series title in program history. Forget that. Really, that's their first NCAA championship across all sports in any program history. They made a statement against a perennial powerhouse in baseball in Vanderbilt, taking the deciding Game 3 9-0. Will Bednar, the most outstanding player of the College World Series, no-hit the Commodores through 6 innings, and then combined with reliever Landon Sims for the shutout. And speaking of college players getting wins, the NCAA Division I Board of Directors formally adopted rule changes that granted every NCAA athlete in the country the opportunity to make money off of their name, image, and likeness. Since the changes were made official, the floodgates opened, so to speak, as college players were making deals left and right. Companies are creating partnerships with locally and nationally known players alike. This summer could be one of the most industry-changing summers since Title IX was put into effect nearly 50 years ago. Moving on to the MLB. The All-Star break is coming up, and let's catch you up on some of the best teams in the league. The Boston Red Sox and San Francisco Giants being pleasant surprises really at the beginning of the season. They're still two of the top teams in baseball right now. Both are well over 50 wins and pacing their respective leagues. It's pitching for the Giants as they are top 5 in all of baseball, and it's hitting for the Red Sox as they are top 5 in the MLB in team batting average, RBIs, and hits. Funny that neither are actually dominating in home runs or strikeouts, as those seem to be the points of emphasis for developing players in today's game, right? Of course, so much can change from now on. I mean, the Dodgers are coming off of a 9-game winning streak, and the Astros have stayed at a steady pace with over 50 wins themselves. So the names that we expected to be at the top are on the rise, and we'll have to see if the Giants and the Red Sox can keep up their pace or fizzle towards the end. That's it for me this week. You've always got us at VegasOdds.com for your latest sports news and betting updates. I'm Matt Brown, and we'll see you next time.